don't even remember what to say these days.
You just say good evening, Lake Orion.
Good evening. Lake
Yeah,
Orion.
good evening, Lake Orion.
Good evening, Lake Orion.
Yes.
Yes.
I
am
Ian Weatherspoon.
Ian Weatherspoon.
And I am
And I am
between
Sammy. All right.
What up, Ian? Everything
Sam,
going good?
Everything's
Ian?
great.
No Anthony this week. Of course, he's out of town.
He got fired.
Nah, he didn't
Yeah,
get
they
fired.
kicked him
He's out.
out.
They kicked him out. Oh, well. So, Ian,
Yes.
what to talk about?
Well, Sam, I think we should start with
There's a new era.
There's a lot to get to.
Yes,
but
there
we
is.
should start
Yes,
with the
there is.
new era.
Yes, the new era.
There's a new attitude.
New attitude!
Yeah,
They're losers.
they are losers.
I agree with you.
They need to prove differently.
Hey, they're not the Chicago Cubs. They're not the Northwestern Wildcats.
They're not the Cubs.
They're not the
hope-
Northwestern Wildcats.
I hope it's not 100 years before we see a Lions Super
It could
Bowl.
be 100 years, Ian.
It could be never.
Yeah, you're right. Could
I'm,
be never.
I'm more resigned to the fact that it could be never.
Yeah.
I think it's a fact.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
Anyways, we can hope. We can still talk. We can dream.
Yes.
And with that,
Like this.
only when we're sleeping.
Yes.
I think, though, they made some good signings
Oh, yeah.
on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah. I like Mr. Lang.
Bringing TJ Lang home.
TJ Lang home, yep. He played at Birmingham Brother Ice.
Eastern.
Played at Eastern Michigan, and now he's in the NFL. Played with Green Bay, and now he's
Yep.
back home.
Yep.
I really like the Wagner signing.
Yeah.
You know, but they addressed the right tackle situation. They attacked it both. Their right guard, right tackle. Then you have like your left guard in the future, Taylor Decker, and then you have is it Swanson? It's your center.
Swanson at center when
Swanson
he's
at center,
healthy.
Yep.
And Glasgow at,
Glasgow at left tackle.
left guard.
Left guard, yes.
Yes.
That's left guard.
So that's a pretty formidable line,
Oh yeah, it's pretty formidable.
especially with Swanson. I know he was out for a while, but he came into his own.
Right.
Glasgow filled in nicely for
But it
Tomlinson.
means now that Takelton Tomlinson's going to be facing intense competition now.
He's going to be riding the bench a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
the
going to be
time.
riding the bench a lot now when you
But
look at it.
hopefully they can
It might
create some
open up
depth.
the running game. But here's why, Ian.
Yeah.
It might open up the running game a little bit. But the Lions really have not had a true running back. You look at Amir Abdullah, he's been injured bulk of the year. You look at possibly, some of these running backs have not worked out.
Talk to me about Theo Riddick.
Well, Theo Riddick's interesting because he just had surgery on both wrists.
Right.
And you look at what Theo Riddick's gone through in his career. He's been injury prone, same as Amir Abdullah. So you may think I'm on dope here, but I think bringing in Adrian Peterson might help this team.
I'm not going to call you a dope yet
Why?
because I need to know what you think about the contract if the Lions were to sign him. What kind of money are we talking about here?
Well, first
Because
of all,
he's old now.
he's old,
He's busted.
right? I would probably say maybe give him at least a $2 million 1-year deal for $2 million.
Do you think he would settle for that?
No,
I don't either.
I don't either. I mean, he probably wants a long-term contract.
He probably wants $5 million plus at this point. I mean, he wants more, I'm sure.
Right.
But he's probably not going to sign for less than $5 million a year.
Right.
And that's low. So if he wants to come here, he says, hey, Detroit, I see you got a good line. You play indoors. You got some good young backs.
Good young backs, yep.
You play Minnesota twice a year.
Yep. You play Green Bay twice a year. You play Chicago twice a year. Chicago's not that good.
Well, I think he might be a kind of guy that would want to get back at his old team. You
Yeah.
know, the
Well,
Vikings.
why not play the Lions? You get Lang, Lang coming over from Green Bay. You know how bad he wants to get back at the Packers.
Yeah, I like that. But I feel like, okay, you got Dwayne Washington. We kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
You got Theo Riddick, who I do not think is a between the tackles,
Right.
gap running back.
Amir Abdullah's fumbleitis.
He
the
even
length.
is a kind of a catch out of the backfield kind of guy.
But he's an injury-prone player.
Very injury prone. So you need Dwayne Washington to stay healthy because he's
I don't
bigger.
think Washington.
He can run through the
Well,
line.
this is why I'm saying Adrian Peterson might make sense, Ian. Because here's why: Adrian Peterson can give you at least 5-6 yards of carry. You know,
What?
Maybe even more.
What?
I'm serious.
Not
Because-
today.
Well,
Not today.
I'm serious because he's the type of power running back can give you that type of yardage. I know they have a guy named Zach Zenner on the team who's
I didn't even mention him.
yeah, I know they got a guy named Zach Zenner. Zach Zenner's he was really good for the Lions in the playoffs. I mean, he was really good for them in the final season game.
He was okay. He was okay.
But when you look at this team, you look at this this Lions team. This offensive line's will be better. I mean, the receivers. I'm curious to see who they got besides Golden Tate.
Yeah.
And then their running situation, that's $1 million question. But also, let's not forget, this team really has not addressed their defensive side of the ball, especially at the corners. Especially at the
Well,
corners.
they signed a corner from Oakland.
Right.
Can't remember his name right now.
Right.
2013. I believe it was a first
pick,
round.
yeah.
Yeah. There's some incentive for him to play because his contract is small, but he can make more if he plays more.
Right.
But I really think they need linebacking help.
Well,
Real
that's
bad.
what I think because
Real bad.
you just got
even
rid-
above corner.
Yeah. When you look at linebackers, you can use the draft to help one, but I really think you need to get a veteran in there because I think when you look at veterans, when you have
They
those,
signed one. I can't remember his name from Atlanta.
yeah.
Can't remember his name.
But when you look at linebacking core, especially if you're playing a basic 4-3, linebackers are very important.
Oh. Very.
If you're playing like a 4-4, a 4-4-5, I mean a 4-4-2, then 4-4-3, then you got to address that situation. I mean, you're right, Ian. Linebacking is very important, but the question is, will Bob Quinn be willing to spend on a really good linebacker, or you think he might go draft a linebacker in next month's draft?
I think it's going to have to be in the draft at this point because if there were any free agent linebackers that were really good, first off, they wouldn't be free agent. Second off, they would be bought up by now.
Right. So basically, I'm telling you, Ian, is I think you have to look draft with the linebacker, but also if you're Lions, I'm still addressing that. You're going to need wide receiver help a little bit. You're going to need somebody to go Golden Tate.
You need a big receiver.
Yes,
They do
you
not have a big receiver.
No, they do not.
They don't have a big, fast
Right.
receiver.
You need to address that, and also they need to get a linebacker, maybe another corner. I think that's what
They
this
could use
team
a
needs.
tight end.
Yeah, they can use a tight end.
They need a D end.
Right. Well, what about Ziggy Ansah?
That's one.
That's one, yeah.
You need another one.
Yeah, I think that if you can get another one at this draft, I think that'd be a great idea.
It's going to be tough.
Who would you address if you're Bob Quinn? What would you go after first?
Who would I go after first?
Yeah.
See, we're getting the wrap it up sign, but I got to go linebacker. I got to go linebacker first round, and I got to go DN second round.
I go DN first round, linebacker second round. Linebackers are very deep this year.
You happy to get new uniforms?
Bring the blue pants up, and everything will be fine.
They're taking away the black
Yeah, I like it.
I like that.
But bring
Blue and
back
silver.
the blue pants.
on the road.
Bring back blue pants on the road.
Okay.
Makes sense.
We'll be right back.
Lake Orion families are invited to hop on over to the Orion Center for the 2017 Bunny Bop on Saturday, April 1st, beginning at 10 a.m. Pose for a photo with the Easter Bunny, enjoy refreshments, create crafts, and take part in a hunt for Easter eggs filled with candy and other surprises. Children will be divided by age groups and are encouraged to bring their own basket. There are plenty of photo opportunities at the 2017 Bunny Bop. For more information, call 248-391-0304, extension 305, or visit oriontownship.org. In 1997, approximately 100 runners and walkers took part in the very first Dragon Dash. The event has grown every year since then, and now, 20 years later, Orion Township once again invites you to take part in the 2017 Dragon Dash. This 5K certified course begins and ends at the Orion Center and takes participants on a scenic trek along the Pollyant Trail. Awards are handed out in numerous age divisions. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned competitor, come out for the Dragon Dash on Sunday, May 21st at 9 a.m. For more information, call 248-391-0304 extension 305 or visit oriontownship.org.
All right, welcome back to Between Taorminas. Sam,
Ian,
should we talk hockey?
it's better off for both of us. Let's just skip it.
We'll see you in 2017, late 2017,
We'll see you in 2017.
fall of 2017.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's look to brighter pastures.
Baseball
Let's
season.
look to baseball season. And Sam, the Tigers didn't do anything.
Nope.
They didn't do a darn thing except
Nope.
for trade away a position of need,
Yep.
center field.
Yep.
What are your thoughts early? I know the Tigers, I don't know how much you've been following spring training-wise. Started off very poorly. They've done much better lately. Wins and losses don't really matter. But the pitching looked really bad in the beginning of the spring.
Well, here's the thing with the Tigers. When you look at their pitching, your starting rotation, I know Jordan Zimmerman needs a bounce-back year after he had a rough year. Daniel Norris, I don't know about him. Verlander, out of the best pitchers the Tigers have, it's Verlander and Fulmer. And you look
And
at
Fulmer is a bit unproven.
yeah, he's been unproven, but Fulmer had a really nice year last year.
He did. He earned a great Rookie of the Year.
Yep. So basically,
award.
I'm telling you, I think Verlander and Fulmer are your two best pitchers right now. And who would you trust at the fifth spot right now? You can't trust Annabelle Sanchez. You can't trust. You can't trust. Jordan Zimmerman looks like he's your number 3 pitcher. And then you look at your number 4 pitcher is Daniel Norris, and then your number 5 pitcher is you don't know who it's going to be. So
Matthew Boyd.
it could be Boyd. It could be
He's had a great spring.
right.
He's a lefty.
Right.
He showed some real good flashes the past 2 years after they acquired him and last year.
Right.
Excuse me. Sanchez
He's
was
been-
terrible. He's had a good resurgence the
He had a
last
nice
4
start
games,
last-
but we're still in spring. Velocity is not up in the 90s
Nope.
with regularity.
Well, if you want to be a good pitcher, if you don't have a good 90s fastball, you're forced to craft your pitches
And you
because
got to hit your spots.
you got to hit your spots
with pinpoint
And-
accuracy.
Right, and that's where I think there's a sign of concern with this Tiger team, is because of that. And then you look at
Because of one pitcher?
the whole rotation. Because if they have a real bad year, think about it. Verlander could have a bad year, Fulmer could have a bad year.
He could have a bad year.
I mean, like Zimmerman could have a bad year. I mean,
Zimmerman could have a bounce
the
back year.
bullpen, the bullpen is also a major concern with this team. Besides K-Rod, who do you go in the 8th inning, and who do you go with in the 7th inning? So basically, now you look at it from this team, and then you look at that lineup. It's older now. It's getting older. You know what I mean?
There's not a lot of speed on the lineup.
Not a lot of speed in the lineup either.
The base running and the bullpen have just killed this team for years.
Yep.
That being said, they've made an emphasis on addressing the base running. I know they do it every year, but
They haven't done a good job.
I hope it clicks.
They
It's
haven't
got to
do-
click some year. I mean, these guys are pro ball
here's
players.
the thing here. I mean, and you look at the AL Central this year. Cleveland's very good. You look at they just
very
went the
good.
World Series.
Cleveland's
You look
very
at
good.
Kansas City. They're going to be back.
They're gonna be
You
hungry.
Look at,
They're
you
gonna
look
be
at
very
you look
hungry.
at Chicago. Chicago retooled a little
They're
bit.
young.
They're young. And then you look at Minnesota. I mean,
Who knows what they are?
who knows what Minnesota? Who knows what Chicago? Chicago's very young. There's one guy I cannot wait to see when he gets called up. It's Juan. I think his name is Juan Montoya.
Moncada.
Moncada. Yeah, Moncada. I picked him up in both my leagues, despite the fact he's in the minors.
You picked him up already?
Yeah, despite the fact he's in the minors, I'm going to bench him in both my leagues until he gets the call up. I think he's going to get called up probably in early June.
Yeah.
And I think that I like this guy. I think he's going to have a big year.
I'll tell you what. They are going to be good, the White Sox, one day. They got some nice pieces in their trades.
I like Garrett Anderson as well, their shortstop.
Their
position.
shortstop, I think he just signed a new deal, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe
I
not.
mean,
But these guys, knock on wood, I could eat my words here, but you look at the Tigers, they have a lot of established pros with track records. If they stay healthy, you can count on this team. If they stay healthy,
If they stay healthy,
they can
yes.
win 90 games.
If they stay healthy, yes, they can win 90 games.
Can you trust a young White Sox team to put 90 wins together?
No.
I can't.
I mean, I could trust Cleveland.
Cleveland
Cleveland definitely
win 90.
I
I
think-
could see the Royals
I
doing
could see
it.
Kansas City winning 90
The Royals
games.
have done it before.
Right.
This is their last year together, kind of like it's the Tigers' presumed, last kick at the can.
And then you look at a team outside the American League. You look at New York just got stronger with their young.
New York's scary. They're very
York's scary,
young.
they're very
They
young,
play
and
that
they-
stupid ballpark, 81 games out of the year.
And then of course you have Boston.
Boston would be very good.
Boston be very good. Toronto, the team to watch.
Toronto has an underrated but very good starting rotation.
Despite the fact they play in a ballpark where
How about out west?
yeah,
Seattle. They could be good. They're gonna hit
Texas,
Seattle.
Texas can definitely hit.
Texas, I question
Texas
their
can
pitching.
hit. Houston can hit.
Houston's another team that because they had a rough year last year, we kind of overlooked them.
Right.
They got a lot of talent
Oakland, we know they play in a real friendly ballpark, so
in a weird ballpark.
weird ballpark, yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen to Oakland when the Raiders move.
It'll be interesting because now Oakland Coliseum's going to fully be. I don't know what's going to happen. They could consider possibly moving
They need to.
in the infields and all that.
That place is a dump.
It is a dump.
Sewage, leaks.
I know.
Yeah.
We gotta fix that place.
Anyways, it's going to be a good year. I'm excited.
Who are your favorites to make playoffs? Who are your favorites early on?
Early on favorites. Man, the West to me, I don't know. The Angels are always tough to get a read on every year. I got to say the West. I'm going to take the underdog or a dark horse in Seattle. Central. Give me the Tigers.
Okay.
East.
Tough.
Give me Boston.
All right. And who are your two wild cards?
Two wild cards, Cleveland and Houston.
Okay. Mine are going to be East. I'm going to take Boston. Central. I'm going to take Cleveland. And then I'm going to take West. I'm going to take Texas.
Going Texas?
Yep. Wild card. I think it's going to be New York and Toronto.
Not bad. Not bad wild cards.
Yep. I think it's going to be New York versus Toronto. I think the AL East this year, very, very tough, very difficult.
Yeah.
You know, Toronto, as you said, very underrated pitching. New York scares me. They're young. They're scary. I mean, they got some hitters. I mean, like, you look at that team, I mean, New York's going to be very scary. And then you look at
And they signed Chapman again, right?
yeah, and they got Chapman in there. He's their closer. So,
It's interesting with New York, though. Did you hear about the deal with Betances?
yeah.
The GM or president, kind of,
Yeah.
not Cashman.
Yeah, the president got it.
Cashner, whatever.
Yeah, Cashner, yeah.
Not him. The president
Yeah.
threw him under the bus talking about his contract. So, be interesting to see what happens. This
It'll
could
be
all
interesting.
go up in the air.
It'll go up in the air,
In
yeah.
July. The Tigers could be 10 games out of it, and they'll be sellers.
Right.
The Yankees could be young. They'll be trying to sell off. They could try to sell off Betances.
Right, that's a
You never know.
possibility. I think Betances, I think he needs a new fresh start.
I think he
Did you
would
hear about
agree with
Anthony Ghost possibly look at being a pitcher?
that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think we're a long way from seeing
We're a
that
long
if it
way
ever
from seeing
happens,
it if
but
it
he is a
happens.
lefty.
Right.
So let's keep
That
that
is
in
true.
mind.
Keep that in mind. I agree.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of him.
Neither am I.
No.
But I just think the Tigers, you know, be honest with you, I think they're going to struggle a little bit. I think they're second place team in the AL Central this year, but I just think Cleveland, or maybe a third place team, but I just think Cleveland and Kansas City right now would be, Kansas City, I think right now, Tigers are pretty much in the same boat. I just think Cleveland's going to run away with this division, probably win it by 4 or 5 games.
It's going to be a slugfest.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a good summer. We'll be right back, and we'll talk some March Madness.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA Now. In it, we'll talk various stories ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OA Now.
Oh, welcome back to Between Taorminas. Just Samuel and I tonight. And
Ant got fired.
Ant,
He got fired.
if he's not fired, he's at least suspended for a while.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
You can't say the things he said live on TV.
No.
So anyways, that brings us to the third segment.
March Madness.
March Madness. Now give me one word from you, your adjective, to describe March Madness this year so far.
Jinkies.
Jinkies?
Jinkies.
Jinkies.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Jinko jeans.
No.
Okay? Jinkies.
Jinkies, yep.
Can you define Jinkies?
If you watch Scooby-Doo, Velma Dinkley says that. She finds a clue.
Jinkies.
Jinkies, yep.
Isn't it more like, oh, snap? I thought it was more like an, oh, shucks type thing.
I don't know. Man, I don't know.
So give me a real word, not a Scooby-Doo word.
Yikes.
Yikes?
Yep.
Why yikes? You look at your
Because-
bracket, you say yikes?
Because South Carolina's in the Final Four,
Yeah.
and yet
I
they
like
have no
that.
business being there.
What?
They have no business being there.
You don't like Frank Martin?
I love Frank Martin. What do you at Kansas State? Oregon is in the Final Four as well,
That is a shocker to me.
And then you look at
Are they 2 seed?
3.
They're 3.
And then you look at, of course, Gonzaga. No surprise there. North
Kind of.
Carolina, no surprise there.
Everyone picked Gonzaga to be the number 1 seed that would fall, though.
Well, yeah, everybody picked that would fall. I thought that they would fall to Arizona, but I
So
think
it's
Arizona,
a surprise to see them
I
still
think
standing.
Arizona would get upset by Xavier the way they did.
Yeah. What was Xavier, 11?
Yeah, Xavier was 11.
Phew.
I mean, it was shocking that Arizona lost.
Yeah.
But I really love Frank Martin's South Carolina team. Nobody knew about this team. They were a bubble team getting the NCAA tournament, if you think about it, with the way that they've been. They had an incredible run so far. They have a very good basketball player. I don't know his name, but Frank Martin's done a really good job since coming up from Kansas State. And it's kind of funny because there are 2 coaches that used to coach at Kansas State that are in the Final Four. Oregon's coach and Frank Martin.
How do you think Kansas fans feel right now?
Sick to their stomach right now.
They lost to Oregon
They lost to
because
Oregon.
they couldn't shoot.
Right,
And then Frank Martin, who used to whip on them,
right, is in the Final Four.
with South Carolina.
How fitting.
I tell you what.
You know what that game was crazy was North Carolina, Kentucky. That was unbelievable.
You know what game I thought was real crazy over the weekend was Wisconsin and Florida.
Oh, my God.
The shot that the Wisconsin dude made to put them in overtime, and then
Right.
the game winner,
With a 3-point
Wisconsin
shot.
let him march right in.
March right in. It's your open 3-pointer. Unbelievable.
He jumped from the 3 from the arc and landed in the paint.
I know.
That's how much he had, like a runway.
Well, this sucks me because Wisconsin's a senior-heavy team, and
That was
you
stunning.
thought they would do that. You thought that they would just go and box him out.
Yeah.
Instead, they let
He
him go
just
in the
ran
lane.
right
He
past
ran
him.
right past him and shoot an open 3.
That to me was stunning. I needed Wisconsin to win, and I'm sitting here watching this, and no, okay, all right. I mean,
And
I
then he
don't know
went
how.
like, ah!
Yeah, I didn't even have time to react.
Was that you? Were you doing
You could
surrender
hear me?
covers? I could hear you from Royal Oak. You probably were doing surrender covers like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know Michigan fans did that this weekend.
On Thursday.
Yeah, they did that on Thursday against Oregon.
Let's talk about that
No,
Michigan
John
game.
Atwater was so happy that Oregon beat Michigan.
Oh, he loves Eugene.
I know he loves you.
He loves you.
He loves
He's going to
Eugene.
name his first child Eugene.
I agree with you. He should name his first son Eugene.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good name because here's why. Well,
Eugene Duck Atwater.
yes, Eugene Duck Atwater. That's a good name for him. I mean, here's why. Oregon ended up beating Michigan because, you know why? Michigan gave that game away against Oregon.
They did. They were in it in a weird way. I felt like Oregon controlled the game. Mm-hmm. Michigan took the lead late.
Right.
They were hanging around for most of it.
Right.
And then I don't really know what happened.
Oregon just took a shot a basket late in that game. and
But
Jericho-
why was there no timeout called?
That is on John Beeline.
Why did he take 3?
Yeah. You didn't need it. 3.
Why didn't Oregon foul him? They had a foul to give.
Foul to give, yeah. I guess they had a lot. I don't know. I mean, but still, it really mattered was Oregon won the game.
Yeah.
For Michigan, that was just, for them, was just, they had a great run in the tournament.
They did. They
beat
did.
Louisville, which was huge for them.
Surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised how they beat Louisville. You know, this is the point Michigan State lost to Kansas.
Well, I thought Kansas, after they absolutely murdered, who did they murder? Before Oregon. Yeah, Purdue. They murdered Purdue. They won by 32. I thought after that Kansas was going to be a no-doubter to win the thing.
Well, you got a team. I think the best team in the tournament is North Carolina. I always think that because they're deep, they're talented. They go 10 deep.
Do you think we're going to see a battle of the Carolinas?
Yes.
Yeah. I think so too. And that'll be cool.
North Carolina versus South Carolina. Of course, it's funny because South Carolina, let's not forget, beat Duke in South Carolina. That tournament game was supposed to be in North Carolina. Had not been for that bathroom bill law, that game is in North Carolina. Instead, it was in South Carolina. Home state advantage for South Carolina. Yeah. And South Carolina ended up winning that game to knock off Duke. That was anytime you beat Duke, I think you're gonna go far. If
You're gonna get
Duke.
2 thumbs up from me.
Yeah, you're gonna get 2 thumbs up from me, and also you're gonna go far in the tournament if you beat Duke.
Did Lehigh go very far in the tournament when they beat Duke?
Do
you remember that?
I remember that.
Didn't they lose to Lehigh? Wasn't it like
they lost to Lehigh? I think it was a few years ago.
like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Lehigh didn't go anywhere though, I don't think.
No.
Well, it's been a good tournament. You're calling for a battle of the Carolinas, and you got North Carolina winning it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think they're the better team. North Carolina best. I think they're the better team.
Any chance Oregon makes it?
No.
You
I
can't
think
make
North
the case for
Carolina
them?
beats them. North Carolina will beat them.
You think any chance Gonzaga makes it?
Well, they got a chance. I just think South Carolina, playing with a lot of momentum right now, I just think that they're going to find a way and win that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me too.
I agree.
It's the first time you and me both agree on something.
I think we've noticed it's a lot quieter here. We're not yelling at each other because there's not this.
Yeah.
This just.
No. It's not him. It's John Atwater.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. John Atwater. John Atwater. He
did finish last in our league.
Yes, he did.
He does seem to just he's growing a beard too. He looks like a real tough guy now.
Bitter. He's real bitter.
Yeah.
He's bitter.
I think he's getting out of the John, so I think we can end the show now.
Yes, he's real bitter about it.
Hey, wash your hands there, John.
Hey, wash your hands over there, evil man.
You're pressing buttons. Make sure those hands are clean.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure, Ian.
Okay. I don't know when we'll see you next.
Yep. We'll be in touch.
We're on an every other week schedule, pretty much.
Every other week. Yep.
We'll see you in 2, folks.
Yep.
Have a good one.